Do y'all like my hair?
I love it.
My hair done.
I love it. The hair is awesome.
I'm loving it.
I'm jealous. I gotta go get me a sew-in soon.
Just so that I can, hair and come on,
like Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah. Long and curly. You know, so I can do the all single ladies. Hold up, but I'm not single. But I'm doing the hand thing. Anyway.
She wasn't single and she's not single.
But she wasn't talking about herself.
Right.
Okay, so I can do the Anywho. This is a question that has been bothering me for years, since '05. Okay. And it has to do with people, more so men, because men are the ones that are being pointed out. The spotlight are on the men. What is a sex offender really?
Oh.
Okay, now, an example. There's a guy riding down the highway, and he decides that he was going to play a practical joke on the van that was riding beside him and go and moon the van. Mm-hmm. Was charged and convicted with indecent exposure, which is a sex crime. Mm-hmm. And I think if they would have taken it a step further, it would be taking indecent liberties with a minor simply because there were minors in the van. Mm-hmm. Okay, and another scenario, it was a young lady who decided that she was 15? She was 15 or 16, and she took a lot of nude pictures and placed them on the internet.
She did
on her own, and was charged.
And convicted of child pornography.
And convicted of child pornography when it was her own pictures. And mind you, there's a lot of these 15-year-olds on MySpace that do this. Mm-hmm. That is considered a sex offense that you commit against yourself. Mm-hmm. A man has a menage with 2 females under the auspices that these 2 females were adults, because that's what they said.
He thought they were adults.
They thought they were adults. Mind you, there are no statute of limitations on sex crimes at all. It happened, no ma'am.
Sure?
Positive. Google it. It happened.
I don't know. I thought that there was a statute of limitations on child abuse. Like you could only report it up to 5 years after you reach the age of maturity.
No, ma'am. There is no statute of limitations on sex crime depending on the sex crime.
Well, mine is dead now, so I don't worry about it. He's dead.
Wow.
God took care of him.
And he died. So,
but I forgave him before he died, though.
Did you?
I had to take care of him.
You have to. Really?
Mm-hmm. I literally had to take care of him.
You're stronger than I thought you were.
God is good.
I'd have pushed him down the stairs.
It would not have helped anything.
Well, moving along, the 2 young ladies, one of them was considered an adult. The other was not.
Mm-hmm. So the guy got convicted.
He got convicted with taking indecent liberties with a minor. It happened like around 98 or 99, and he was convicted in 05. Mm-hmm. Is that a sex offender?
Well, I don't really think that the problem was with the law. Mm-hmm. I think that the problem was with the interpretation and the application of the law.
Okay.
The girl that was taking pictures of herself and putting them on the internet, she was promoting child pornography. Should she have been convicted and penalized for that? No. Should she have gotten help? Yes. Because there was a compunction. There was something that gave her the compunction to do that. There was something missing in her life. There was no father figure. There was something that would compel this 15-year-old to want to expose herself like that.
Right.
Likewise, in the case where the man mooned the kids or whatever.
Right.
Okay. The ADA or whomever had to take that to court.
Right.
Didn't need to go to the extent that they went to.
Right.
That was the interpretation of the law. We have to be very careful with interpreting the law in the spirit of the law. Just like when we interpret biblical law.
Right.
You know, we need to remember what it was intended for.
Right.
How to interpret it so that it's being applied. Right. It's, the intention of it was to protect.
Right.
Not to condemn. That's what all the laws are for. They
Right.
are to protect, not to condemn. So in the case where a true child is being abused,
right,
the law should be applied to protect the child. Okay?
Right.
The problem is the legal system is a finance-based system.
Right.
The law and the government is also financially motivated. And because of that, they are applying the law in manner to achieve the highest financial application
Right.
of the law, not to the best interest of the law.
Right. And it's sad because I mean, I know a few. And I'm not, there's no island that you can place sex offenders on. They have to actually live amongst the population. However, the terms in which they can live, they cannot live within 1,000 feet of a church or a park or a pool. They can't go to Carowinds. They can't do any of that.
Which is really weird, but they're allowed to ride public transportation.
But they can ride public transportation.
Well, how else were they going to get from point A to point B?
They're allowed to be in a mall.
Say it again?
They're allowed to be in malls.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the difference from being in a mall than a park?
And then
I guess because children are typically can be unsupervised in a park.
Let's use Carowinds for example, and then Hornets Nest Park. You have more of an opportunity to watch somebody in Carowinds than you do at Hornets Nest Park. In Hornets Nest Park, there are no cameras. Everywhere you look in Carowinds,
Right,
there's
that's
cameras,
true.
security guards, and everything
Yeah,
else.
I don't
So
know.
to allow them in a more public area would not be such a bad thing. Your sexual predators ride a bus, and if I was a sexual predator, I'd be on the bus talking about something. It's 3:45.
It's bus riding time.
yeah, school is out.
Go get me
and-
some children.
So yeah, and it's really it really hits home because a lot of the families that are broken have a lot of families have baby fathers, where the fathers are not fathers of a lot of the children in the family, and the law takes them away from those children. They only are allowed to be around their own biological child, and they have to prove that.
Well,
So if
and that's because the law was misapplied in the first place. Is what
Right.
you're saying. You're not talking about actual sexual
it-
deviants that
right,
physically
that hide
molest
behind bushes and
Yeah.
molest little Susie. No, they need to be burned at
Yeah.
the stake, castrated and all that, whatever. That's just my personal opinion. But those that are being, like with Mindy,
These
and
opinions are not
locked.
necessarily the opinions of the India Talk Show. I just had to say that. I just have to say that.
But yeah, those are actually sexual predators, molesters, perverts. Yes, those are in fact people that should be locked up. And that's what these laws are for.
Yeah, and it's true that the laws for everything are being taken out of context and out of
And
perspective.
then to put a spin on it, 2 lesbians, because they're women, are overlooked. You can get a lesbian who is 20, she can date a girl that is 16. And because they're so in love with each other, and because it's okay and they can plan life, who are they going to look at more? Are they going to look at
They would look at the
George?
guys more, you think?
I think they would look more towards the guys.
I don't
Because
know.
if you go on the sex offender registry, you don't see as many females as you see males.
Mm.
And
Because it's being overlooked, but
I think it's probably being overlooked more so because of the lack of penetration. Not that that's necessarily a reason.
The little boy that had 2 kids. She locked up.
But I don't know, maybe
You know what I'm
not.
talking about, though.
But that's
Basis
still-
of what I'm talking
Yeah.
that's still different,
There
though.
was, listen to what I'm saying, there was a case where it was 2 women. The teacher was a female and the student was also a female.
Mm-hmm.
The girl got fired. Now, they didn't press no charges like they did with the man, but
Yeah.
the girl did get fired.
Yeah.
It was over a letter. They found the letter that the little girl wrote to the teacher.
Mm.
That she was expressing how much she loved this lady and everything else. The lady got removed from her job, but she didn't get no sexual.
And that's what I'm saying, because if you found 2 men in that sort of a case,
It would have been.
it would
more-
have been bigger. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
think so. I think there
It would have been of a big. He wouldn't have just lost his job. He would have lost his job.
He probably would have went to
Would have
jail
been
too.
charged and convicted and spent jail time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so sad because if they have different levels for murderers, thieves.
Why not for
Why
sexual
not for
offense?
sex?
And I think there are. I think that they just typically tend to apply for the highest level.
Right.
And I don't know why that is. But.
Those are all my
We
questions.
made it! And I don't have any blood dripping from me.
The next time it's going to be blood, sweat, and
I'm
tears.
gonna write you out 5 questions.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
My
write
other
you
baby
out
gonna make
5, and I'm gonna let
questions.
y'all go ahead and do them together, but I'll write out 5 questions.
All right, we got 5 more questions coming up. I don't know when the next interview with T is on the India Talk Show, but we definitely have fun with this one. And I hope that if you have an opinion on any of the topics that we talked about, and you want to do a video response, that would be absolutely great. I look forward to seeing that. I definitely want to say, Joaquin, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry we didn't get to include you in this video, but definitely will be more planning for the next one so that we can all discuss it together and figure out how to get like